Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys the exact steps I take to make professional looking YouTube videos. If you're new here, my name is 𝐒𝐨𝐬𝐬. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. If you're not new, welcome back. Hey girl. First things first, why your video quality matters. It's 2025. It's a day and age where everybody has good quality, so make sure you're one of those people, because if people click on your video and you don't have good quality, they're automatically clicking off. Quality is up to 5K plus now, and if you're not coming correct with at least 1080p, for today's video, I'm going to be going over equipment, gear breakdown, setup, filming techniques, and editing. So let's get into the gear breakdown. Starting off with my equipment, we're going to talk about cameras first. I will say, having the best quality camera is not going to automatically make you post videos. I'm just saying. If you are serious about your content though, I do recommend investing in a camera. So let's get into it. I have become a tech girl when it comes to the content thing. I'm very much into having high quality and making sure that my videos look crisp and just the way that I want them to look. If I was a viewer, how would I want the person's video to look that I'm watching? I started off with the Canon Rebel T5i. It was like the YouTuber camera at the time. Then I moved on and got, this is the Canon G7X Mark II. A lot of people know this camera as the YouTuber camera, the vlog camera. I got this camera for maybe 500. People are selling it for 1,000 plus. I personally really like this camera. It's like a good digital photo camera. I do not recommend paying $1,000 for this camera. I just feel like if you're gonna invest in a camera, this one isn't worth over that price. So now I know everybody has the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Did have the Osmo Pocket 2. It was a really good camera. Another option for you though is the DJI Osmo Action 4. I really like this camera. This camera is good for vacation and like adventure, I guess. It's a good outside camera. It's pretty much like a GoPro. So you could take it underwater. It's waterproof. It's really small, compact. I would say this is a really good vlog camera as well. Go out and about. Shoots 4K, quality, crisp. You do just sometimes have to mess with the lighting for this one. I do recommend for any camera that you end up investing in, look on Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, just like online sellers, because a lot of people are trying to get the new and improved. I ended up getting this adventure combo for 100 to 150 under the retail value. Definitely look into that. So currently, this is the camera I have now. I do like that this camera has interchangeable lenses. You can switch up and get that crisp quality that you really want. You just have to look into the lens that you're getting. So like right now I'm shooting on my Sigma lens instead. This is a really good lens. It gives you that bokeh, that blurred out background, which I really love. The camera does that on its own with the defocus mode, but having this lens definitely just makes it look a lot more crisp. I will say the only thing I have an issue with this camera is the battery. The battery life is not the best. Everyone says it, but an affordable option for your camera, if you're not going to invest, just use your phone camera. Honestly, if you want to do like talking head videos like this, for example, record in cinematic. You're gonna get that nice blurred background if that's what you want. If not, you could definitely record regularly. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the microphones. I've tested out 3 different microphones so far, and I will say a very, very good option is the DJI Mic Mini. I really like that DJI came out with the Mic Mini. It is a more affordable option than the Mic 2. The mics are small and compact. The only thing about the Mic Mini is that it doesn't have internal recording. It's something to think about for sure. I don't think it's a major setback, but it's definitely something to remember, because I've had my mic turn off while I was recording and then lost all my audio because I didn't have a backup audio. Another thing to consider about this one, I like how they gave you the option to either get one transmitter by itself or the transmitter with the receiver, or 2 transmitter with 1 receiver. If you just wanted to get the mic and you already have, for example, the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 or the Osmo Action 4 or 5, they do pair up with those cameras, and for the one mic by itself, I think it's around like $59 if I'm not mistaken, which I feel like that's a pretty affordable option. The next one, I do have the Neewer CM28 mics. I had this one first before I switched over to the DJI. I definitely think this is a good affordable option. The only thing I found with this one, voice isolation specifically, using the lapel mic sounded a lot better than just the mic by itself. I had purchased this separately on Amazon. You plug it into the actual mic and you're speaking into this mic instead of this one. I think this is a really good option as well. This one for the full kit, both transmitters and receiver, is definitely less than the DJI, but again, I feel like for quality it makes sense because it's not as good quality in my opinion as the DJI. And then lastly, a very affordable option for your mic if you don't want to invest in that right now and you do want an external mic situation, use your phone. Most of you may have an iPhone, I'm sure. Use voice memos. I'm sure Android has the same option. Just record externally on your phone and then import that audio into your editing software. I used to do this a lot for either voiceovers or if the audio had got cut. It's a good affordable way to just use another source of audio because you already have your phone. So next thing we're going to be talking about lighting. Lighting plays a huge part in your content, I will say for sure. Even with this video right now, I started off with some more natural light and I had to turn up my ring light. Ring light is definitely one. I don't feel like you need to invest in the most expensive ring light. I got this one from Amazon. It's probably, I think, a 14-inch ring light. I know a lot of them are like the newer 18-inch ones. Another one would be those panel light. They have very inexpensive panel lights, whether it's on Amazon, whether it's on TikTok shop. They have a lot of panel lights I've seen, ranging from the small clip ones that go on your phone to the much more massive ones that go in a studio. You don't need too many if you are going to invest in lighting. And then lastly would be natural lighting. Natural lighting is the best lighting. It always looks the best unless you're filming towards sundown. Then that's really when you have to worry about the natural lighting, you know, shifting your video quality. So you do have to keep that in mind when you're filming in natural lighting, especially if it's a talking head video. I will say that is one of my pet peeves doing these videos when the lighting shift. It's not the end of the world if the lighting does shift. You can try to adjust it, whether it's on your camera settings or whether it is on your ring light. You can try to adjust it to get it back to the same. It's not that serious. I mean, you're gonna notice it when you edit. But moving on, we're gonna talk about other gear when it comes to camera equipment. First and foremost, we're gonna start off with tripods. Definitely invest in one. Amazon's your best friend. I'm gonna link the one I got down below. I really do like this one because it's a nice size, whether I want to record on my phone or whether I want to record on my camera. I will say these recording tripods are also a game changer. This one has a remote on it that you can remove. It has like a zoom feature, a de-zoom feature, a record button, a button to take pictures. Lastly, it's going to be one of these grip tripods. I feel like these come in handy so much just because it gives you the flexibility to, you know, bend it any which way you want and to be able to attach it to a lot of things. Let's say you're going to the grocery store, putting it on the cart, or you're wrapping it around some type of thin pole, or you're wrapping it, you know, just wherever you're wrapping it. Next, I would say if you do have an action camera, I definitely recommend in buying a bundle or buying specific accessories that you know will come in handy. One of them being the suction mount. I feel like this is a game changer. It allows you to get a lot of angles, and I just feel like it's so easy to be able to either stick it on a mirror, stick it on some sort of window, glass, or whatever. It's just like a new way to get an angle. Another one would be the chest mount for the action camera. This one allows you to get nice POV shots, and I feel like it's just, again, another angle that makes your quality different, makes you stand out from other people. There's so many different attachments, especially for the action camera. Do your research, go on Amazon, look at the different ones they have. So next we're going to talk about some camera settings. If you are going to record, especially talking head videos, not so much vlog, you need to learn how to adjust your camera settings. I definitely like filming on manual a lot better than auto on most of my settings. Having your video on auto all the time is not going to give you the exact results that you're always going to want. So now moving on to angles. Angles are your best friend. Learn how to switch up your angle. That's what makes videos more interesting, and that will make you stand out from other creators. Instead of always just showing, you know, this face to face, depending on what type of video you're doing. If you're doing a vlog, do a POV shot, do a ceiling shot, do a side view, do a floor shot. Just switching up the angles can definitely make a video a lot more elevated and put together. Have fun with it, be creative. After all, content creation is about showing your creative side, being expressive. The next thing that can also elevate your video is editing. Editing is something that is really fun. It's really creative. It can take a long time now, but it definitely makes the process all worth it. You see your video come together, you see your masterpiece come to life. Your vision is now being formed and created. Learn how to edit, whether it's text, whether it's pop-ups, whether it's transitions, whether it's zoom out. There's so many different things you can do with editing. The list goes on. I think the most beginner friendly editing software I would say is CapCut. CapCut is like the all-in-one when it comes to audio, text, transitions, effects, stickers. Like, it has everything there. There is a paid version, of course, but I will say, even for me, I just have the free version. You can do a lot with it for free. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope these tips were helpful in order to improve your video quality. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. I will see you guys in my next video. And yeah, stay blessed and not too stressed.